I read the daily newspapers and head straight to the sports section. I met my wife, Kathy, the second year of college. She was there hunting for a husband. She told me years later. Kathy wasn't what you'd call an attractive woman. She was on the heavy side, but a terrific cook and a very decent person. She was a loving and patient mother with our two kids up until 2 months before she died from breast cancer. I was a lonely man at 55. My wife had died a good few years ago, and didn't date much. It's harder when you get older. So I went on this singles European tour. My kids were after me to do something, get out of the house. Don't work and no play makes John a dull boy or something. And I went there with some expectations of maybe meeting a woman and maybe finding someone and having a relationship with her. It's been a long time since I was intimate with anyone. And it was when this one woman got my attention. She was quite pretty and quite desirable. But I wasn't the only one that saw her. And the other men went after her. And to be honest about it, many times it's a money thing. It's a money thing. It's how you look, things of that nature. And I knew I couldn't compete. I mean, at my age, there were younger men after her, men with more money, could offer her more. Me, I just was a 55-year-old accountant. Accountants are generally considered dull by people. Coming from Springfield, not like New York City or Chicago or someplace like that, which has its romantic side. And I was exposed to something I'd never seen before, never heard. CNN's European version of the news. It was an eye-opener. I saw what this country really is about. I saw the truth. I saw what our policies really are in the Middle East and Asia and South America. I saw why people hate us, why they hate me as an American, not knowing me, but they hate me. I became sick and I became mad because that wasn't me, and I didn't want my government to be that. What we have here is crap. That was the truth. I know it. I felt it. I always suspected it. So when I came home, I had a different view of this country. I looked closer at it because when I was here before, I had my head in the sand, planted firmly in the sand. I didn't see the destruction that was going on to my native land, my country.
Are you afraid of something?
A lot of things. I guess on an individual basis, I was afraid of being alone. Afraid of being out of work. Afraid of being old and sick. Afraid of being old. Afraid of dying, going to nothingness.
What turned you into an activist? Or would you call yourself a terrorist?
What turned me into an activist, a revolutionary, a terrorist? I wouldn't call myself that. I'm just an average guy who didn't like the direction this country's been heading in for years. I'm the forgotten man in this country. I'm the one no one pays attention to. I'm one of millions who feel left behind in this country. Our voice isn't heard. I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to be heard. I guess I was heard. You want to know if I regret what I did? None of those kids on that bus were my kids. What do you think?